Hello, good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. We are still on what's happening, the spat between Nigeria, and Burkina Faso, meaning Burkina Faso also adding Mali and Niger. Yesterday, we have here reported to you that uh, the Air Force plane of Nigeria has violated the airspace of Burkina Faso and it has done an emergency landing in Burkina Faso. Now, following that, also we have brought to you the response from the Sahel states, in which the Minister of Security and Civilian Protection has made a press briefing saying that, according to the rules and regulations of the Sahel states, an airplane that violated the airspace of the Confederation of the Sahel State must be neutralized, and the people have been detained. It's 11 people in total in this Air Force plane. 9 of them are military officers, Nigerian military officers, and 2 of them are crew members. So they are detained by the government of Burkina Faso. They landed. This emergency landing happened in the west part of the southwest of Burkina Faso in a city called Bobo Dioulasso. Bobo Dioulasso is the second largest city in Burkina Faso. Now, I'm going to read to you the response was given by the Air Force spokesperson of Nigeria, and it's on his X platform, and this is what is written there. Look, the Nigerian Air Force reports that the C-130 aircraft suffered technical difficulties while it is on its way to Portugal, mind you. So this Air Force plane was flying from Nigeria to Portugal and conducted, so according to the Air Force spokesperson, conducted a precautionary landing in Bobo Dioulasso, Burkina Faso. The spokesman states that the crew is safe and arrangements are being made for them. This is what it says. So it's 11 Nigerian military officers, which are currently held by the Burkinabe government. And somewhere there also the spokesperson said they are being treated cordially. Now, for this tells us that, it's not the Nigerian government neither confirming that they have violated the airspace of Burkina Faso, nor denying that they have violated the airspace of Burkina Faso. It just says that the plane was this war airplane was in its C-130. I think there is a differentiation there. This is like a military transporting airplane, as I have been corrected by one of you in the comment section. In any case, it belongs to the military or the Air Force of Nigeria. So it neither confirms nor it denies. It just says, oh, we are on our way to Portugal, and it's a precautionary landing. It was an emergency landing. And I'm going to share with you later, this is why I'm calling it it's neither confirms nor denying, because it doesn't seem right. And I'm going to give you the normal flight route from Nigeria to Portugal or any city, any European countries that are immediate after you cross the northern part of the northern African countries. So it's really, really impossible or improbable for any flight route to take that turn to the southwest of Nigeria. Okay, that's one. Now, just to remind you, perhaps maybe I will share with you what the Minister of Security and Civilian Protection said yesterday on the
de type C-130 a été contraint de se poser ce jour 8 décembre 2025 à Bobo Dioulasso, au Burkina Faso, à la suite d'une situation d'urgence en vol alors qu'il évoluait dans l'espace aérien burkinabé.
Okay, this one is in French. In any case, they have said that according to their rules and regulations, they're going to do their own investigation and it must be neutralized. Yes, whatever that means in military language, because they don't know what kind of equipment they are transporting with that plane. So they have to neutralize it. Now, look, this is what I want to share with you the route normally between the flight route between Nigeria and Portugal. So bear with me. Okay, look. I hope you will be able to see it. Yeah, let me just enlarge it. Now, here we are. This is Lagos. Okay, this is Nigeria. Now, here we have Burkina Faso to the western part of it. And then, now, this is the route. Okay, from Lagos, this is how it goes. Okay, it's almost upward north. Okay, it crosses a little bit of the eastern part of Burkina Faso, as you see here, and then full in the middle of Mali, Niger on the border between Burkina Faso and Niger, and then Mali in the middle of it, and then Algeria, Morocco, and then it goes to Portugal after crossing the Mediterranean Sea, or I don't know what it is. So here it reaches Lisbon. That should be the normal route. Now, Bobo di Lasso here, if you can see, is full in the southwestern part. So why would an airplane turn full west and south to Burkina Faso to fly to Portugal? Now, we have somewhere here Benin, okay? Benin shares a border both between to Nigeria and Burkina Faso, okay? So it crosses through Benin and then go to Burkina Faso. It's most likely what it implies is that it's an airplane that was in an Air Force airplane that was in Benin, just extending its route or its flight to the Sahel states and testing the ground, as they call it, to see what kind of reaction they will get from the Sahel states. So this was, in my opinion, it was a provocation to see how the Sahel will react so that Nigeria, backed by the French government, can get an excuse to attack the Sahel states. So it might even drag, just like what they have done when they killed Muammar Gaddafi of Libya, bringing NATO or any other allies of France to destabilize Burkina Faso. If that Air Force plane was gunned down by the Burkinabe government, the reaction by now would have been so much different. It would have been a war zone. So I think it's handled, in my opinion, in a wise way, and it's also good that they can detain. But some of them, some of the people in the comment section of that spokesperson of the Nigerian Air Force are saying different things. So let me see if I can pull it back. I'm not sure. Perhaps I closed it, but on that Twitter, you can see, people are talking. Look, I'm gonna read one for you. Let me just share this with you, or I'll just read it aloud. Look, now the statements are official. This is one of the commentators there. So we know what to say. So now they were going to Portugal. The more they talk, the more ridiculous it gets. So the best route to Portugal is through Western Burkina Faso, not via Ouagadougou from Benin or directly via Niger to Portugal. Then, before departure, why didn't the Nigerian Air Force report to Burkina Faso through diplomatic channels? That is normal. isn't it? Before the hypothetical technical emergency was reported, now that after 24 hours or even 12 hours, you are coming up, oh, by the way, we are on our way to Portugal. That's, as this commentator said, very ridiculous. It doesn't convince, and anyone who does not who have not flown or who doesn't know the route, you can just Google and see how the normal flight route looks like from Nigeria to Portugal. And it it is much far from the southwestern part of Burkina Faso. In fact, it just touches very, very slightly the eastern part, the east upward to North Burkina Faso, while it continues to northern to other countries upward north, like Mali, Nigeria, a bit of Morocco, and then the sea, and then Lisbon. That's how it would have been. So this is the more they are answering to this, the more they are risking. Another commentator says Nigeria risks losing its moral legitimacy and becoming the sub-Saharan extension of French power. I hope it doesn't turn out to be like that. This is the second explanation I am reading today, and yes, it's completely different from the first. Wow, okay, there must have been another a prior explanation from Nigerian Air Force, which, as this one said, it's different. Another one says, this explanation is different from what I read in the early hours of today. Which one should we believe? Well, so this is a complete lie and nonsense. And Nigeria, the more you do this, the more you expose yourself. By now, everyone knows that Bola Tinubu, the president of Nigeria, is clearly in bed with the president of France, Emmanuel Macron, and he is just now an errand boy to France and obeying and executing any instruction that he gets from the French government, because guess what? The former French colony West African countries are more and more discontent and stepping away from France. The only right-hand countries right now that are serving the government in Elysee Palace in Paris are Benin and Cote d'Ivoire. This is why the French government need to have acted the way they acted on Sunday, quickly through the government of Nigeria, and return that coup or foil that coup in Benin, because there is a lot of security strategic importance for France that's happening in Benin, which is destabilizing again the confederation of the Sahel states. So now the new way of France, the new gateway of France in Africa is using actually the non-French colonies. Nigeria was colonized by British and Britain, and also France is creating a strong ally also with Kenya again, which was not a French colony before. So this is a new strategy. You remember when Macron, once in a year, he always he makes this speech that goes viral, introducing their foreign policy. And he says that we are using a new foreign policy in Africa, and we are going to be more and more withdrawing our military from our former colony African colony countries, which are most Western African countries, and then some Central African countries. And this is exactly what we are seeing. So this is how it looks like. Well, let us know in the comment section, what do you think of this? Do you think you find it convincing? And this strategy of Nigeria, neither confirming nor denying of this airspace violation in Burkina Faso, what do you call it? It's I don't know. Tinubu just must stop. He should be stopped by his own people. It shouldn't come, this pressure shouldn't come from any other nation. It should be by Nigerians. I know Nigerians have got some great people there who are criticizing their government. Let's see what still we are waiting for the response of one of the leaders of the Sahel states. So far, it happens through the Minister of Security, but let's see if one of them come and expose fully what happened. They are still under investigation of that landed Air Force plane of Nigeria. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.